happened to your nose?
So remember, kids, you should never pull things out your nose. Unless you're doing a lot of cocaine! Holy shit, my nose has never felt so empty in like a long time. There you go. Alright, everybody. It's me, the motherfucking doctor.
I am a loser.
Recently, I had something growing in my nose. Thought it was cancer. It turns out it was a thing called a polyp. That's why you guys see doctors like me, because I am that damn good. You ready? I'm gonna pull something out of my nose. Don't cut your nose. Don't try this at home. Oh, I had the teeth of it. Oh, what is that? There's some blood. I'm pulling pieces of something out of my nose. I had to go to a doctor. He said, here, take these pills. I was like, pills?
Pills.
Antibiotics and steroids. So I said, okay, forget about it. I can't reach it properly. Then one day all of a sudden I noticed, shit, I've had this for a long time. It's been sitting in my nose, this little fucking clitoral thing. It's a clitoris in your nose. You gotta do something about it. If I could just reach it a little further, I should use some scissors maybe.
What is the treatment for nasal polyps?
Treatment, cut them out,
The
buddy.
following treatments are
let's see the
commonly
treatment.
used for nasal polyps. 1. Steroids.
Ooh, steroids. Yeah, get to the polyp.
4. Surgery.
Surgery, yeah, let's cut it out.
Polypectomy.
They make it
This
so
is the most
complicated.
common
I just
procedure
reached
for
in
the
there and
removal of
ripped
polyps.
it out.
The patient is given general anesthesia.
What started this curse? Over type. I'm gonna put this sword through you again. The curse is broken.
The curse is broken.
The curse is broken.
The curse is broken.
Isabel has to leave.
Isabel has to leave.
The spirit cannot stay.
Yeah. It's like there's a lot. Okay.
What is a nasal polypectomy? A nasal polypectomy is an operation to remove polyps from within the nose. It is done through the nose, so you won't have any incision on the outside. There are two main techniques for nasal polypectomy. The technique chosen depends mostly on where the polyps are located in your nose. If they are easily seen and reached from the front of your nose, then we do intranasal polypectomy using small grasp. Sometimes, however, we use small telescopes to get a better view in the nose if the polyps are small and located in the roof of the nose or in the sinus. This is called endoscopic nasal polypectomy. You will have a general anesthetic, you will be asleep for the operation.
Now putting on my award-winning headphones.
Cam Sinkton. Whoa. Play.
Nasal polyp. What is a nasal polyp?
I don't know, you tell
Nasal
me.
polyp are fleshy swellings that develop in the lining mucosa of the nose and paranasal sinuses, air-filled spaces linked to the nasal cavity. They are non-cancerous growths.
Hey.
What causes nasal polyp? The mucosa is a very wet layer that helps protect the inside of your nose and sinuses and humidifies the air you breathe. During an infection or allergy-induced irritation, the nasal mucosa becomes swollen and red. With prolonged irritation, the mucosa may form a polyp.
One day I was like sitting there and I was like, hey, what's that smell? My nose was starting to stink. It's in my right nose.
The nose on your right. No, your other nose.
I'm smelling my own nose. Is that ironic or what?
A polyp is a round growth, like
They
a
look
small
like
cyst,
tears.
that can block nasal passages.
Oh, fucking right, so they
Although
stink
some people
too.
can develop polyps with no previous nasal problems,
Unless they're
there's often a
warts.
trigger for developing polyps. These triggers include A. Chronic or recurring sinus infections. B. Asthma. C.
about smoking?
Allergic rhinitis.
Rhinitis, of course.
What are the symptoms of nasal polyp?
Destiny!
Her destiny!
We all! Get your heart up!
Get your heart
Go on, man! Christ,
So I went to the doctors again. And this guy said, no, that ain't no polyp, that's a wart. See, don't you hate when doctors do that? You start off with one, they try to hook you up with this medicine, then you go to the other, they give you the different diagnosis, and thus the different prescription.
Damn good.
Probably won't hurt that much. It's not even a natural part of my body anyway.
It feels like there's a lot less in there from what it was. I'm not sure if this is safe, but I mean, I get the idea of viruses being spread, but it's not like I'm not gonna rinse it out with water.
Polyps can grow large enough to block your nasal passages, resulting in chronic congestion.
Oh, yeah.
Symptoms can include 1. Nasal congestion, a sensation that your nose is blocked. 2. Runny nose.
Runny nose.
3. Postnasal drip, which is
Ooh,
when
postnasal
excess
drip.
mucus
That's
runs
good
down the back
cocaine.
of your throat. 4.
I'd
Reduced
rather
sense of
smoke
smell.
crack, though.
5. Breathing through your mouth. 6. A feeling of pressure in your forehead or face.
I hadn't cut my nails in a little while. I decided maybe if I reach in there and saw it and pull and pry out, it'll make for a cool video.
Well, maybe I should leave it alone now. I mean, I've done other weird shit to myself before.
What are the major types of nasal polyp? There are 2 major types of nasal polyp. 1. Antrochoanal, single, unilateral. Originate from maxillary
Unilateral.
sinus.
It's like
Usually
unicycles
found
in your
children.
nose.
Infections is the common cause. 2. Ethmoidal. Bilateral.
Ethmoidal. See, we're
Originate
learning.
from
I knew that
ethmoid
stuff 'cause I'm a
sinuses.
doctor, right?
Usually found in adults. Allergy is the common cause.
The guy looks like he
How are
works
nasal
at a
polyps
telephone
diagnosed?
marketing
A
center.
doctor will generally be able to make a diagnosis after asking about symptoms and examining the patient's nose.
Whoa.
The doctor
I love
may
this
also order
animation.
the following test. Nasal endoscopy. A
Whoa,
narrow tube with a
nasal
small camera is
endoscopy.
inserted into the
Endoscopy.
patient's nose. CT scan. This
Oh my God,
enables the
CT
doctor
scan?
to locate
No,
nasal
it's
polyps and other
crazy.
abnormalities linked to chronic inflammation.
Claustrophobic.
The doctor will also be able to identify any other
We've learned a lot
obstructions.
here. Let's
Thin tube with a video camera is inserted into the patient's nose and sinuses. Polyps are then cut out using micro telescope to visualize it and surgical instruments to cut it. After surgery, the patient will most likely be prescribed a corticosteroid nasal spray to help
corticosteroid,
prevent
okay, that's
reoccurrence.
Holy shit, my nose has never felt so empty in like a long time. I can't see how that's not good. There you go.
So remember, kids, you should never pull things out your nose.
Unless you've been doing a lot of cocaine.
Okay, so serrated polyps of the colon. Colon? What? What? Polyp removal.
In this video, we will review serrated polyps of the colon and how to ensure complete removal. Serrated polyps of the colon are a newly described type of polyp that are hard to see with
Hard to identify edges.
Up to 1/3 may be incompletely removed by standard methods of polypectomy. They also account for a large proportion of missed cancers.
Yeah, I like
This
serrating
video
bread on.
demonstrates
Okay,
a
that's.
particularly large.
That looks like one of those
serrated polyp
characters
in the right
in
colon.
the trash
In the first
compactor
view,
scenes.
we see
Steroid tablets. In cases of larger polyps or more severe inflammation,
You got a
the
larger
patient may
polyp.
be prescribed
What the hell
steroid
is wrong
tablets.
with you?
3.
Danny,
Other medications.
Billy.
Other medications may be given to treat
Billy.
conditions that are making the inflammation worse. Examples include antihistamines for allergies,
antihistamines.
antibiotics for bacterial infections,
Antibiotics?
and antifungal drugs for fungal
Antifungal.
allergies.
Ooh.
Hey, you got some polyps? You want the polyps? Oh, the polyps, I know those. I will help you. I will help you, my friend. So as you all realize, sometimes our bodies fucking suck. We got hair growing on them in places like our back, so we look like Russians. Big fucking dirty Russian bears trying to be wrestlers.
But these are award-winning headphones, brought to you by The Wolf. Can we run a clip of that Fusoya?
The game's got me trapped. Maybe one day I can make a change, or maybe it's the money changing me. But Vancouver will always be my California.
It's like this bathroom is my nose surgery lab. Can we run a clip? Holy shit, dude. These are horrible.
What if it still smells though? Then you know the problem still exists with a small amount of whatever's still in there, and you need to see a fucking doctor. What if like there was more blood and something weird happened and you were pulling part of your brain out and you were like, ah! Wait, is that gonna work? I guess clean it up, because you know you don't want the blood and anything contaminating. I wish I could have showed you what's in there. It's in there, right? I don't have I need a different kind. I need like a doctor camera. So this is, I think it's called a pull-up, which is, I think, more commonly like a hemorrhoid type thing in your ass, but you get them in your nose too. But I've been led to believe that it may be a wart, which also leads me to believe, since those were two different doctor diagnoses over the course of years, and this is filled up with pus that smells, that could be from a pull-up, but also could be from a wart, I guess. Maybe there's a wart on the pull-up. Pull-up, not pull-up.